Welcome, Aquarius and Aquarius cross-watchers, to your reading for this week. So I hope you guys are having a great week, Aquarius. So we have the Knight of Pentacles here. All right. I feel like you're finding something really amusing right now. There may be somebody here that they seem to be really good at banter. But it's like they seem to amuse you in that it's like you can never quite tell if if it's banter or if they're being honest. And it kind of makes you kind of giggle to yourself a little bit. Like, is this person being like, either they are great at banter or they are like just a walking, talking, human version of audacity. And I feel like either way, they seem to be quite intriguing. I feel like this could be a situation where it feels like there's two people here, like, and you're watching the two people, and one of them has this attitude of like, well, I'm just going to take my ball and go home. And the other person seems to embody that like playful audaciousness. That's not a word. That's definitely not a word. They seem to embody that same energy that you have, right? When people come out with that kind of like banter and audacity, and they would kind of look around the corner and be like, what's going on out here? Right? They seem to match your energy, but they are, and it feels like it's one of those things where sometimes you know how sometimes you meet somebody and there's just that instant connection, right? Like you may not even know them that well, but there's something there. There's some sort of attraction, some pull. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a romantic attraction, but there's a pull between you. And I feel like but they are attached to this, I'm going to take my ball and go home person. So I was asking for one on the take my ball and go home person. So we have the Three of Wands. Oh, they're on a mission. Whoever this take my ball and go home person is, I feel like they are, here's the thing, excuse me, I feel like they had a mission a long time ago, and it feels like it's a dream that should have been given up from and that, I hate to say that, in that they've seen no success and they have run themselves into the ground trying to get this off the ground. And it's like, and they feel like there's someone that's like, they're drained and they're angry and they're unhappy and they're like, but they seem to be of the mind, like, if I just do this a little bit longer, if I just hold on, it's going to pay off. And I feel like even they don't believe that anymore. And unfortunately, this person that like matches this, that, embodies that kind of audacious, I don't know if that's a word either, but they kind of embody that energy. They seem to, I almost wanted to say they seem to feel responsible for this other person's happiness, but it doesn't have that like codependency vibe. It feels more that it's like, this audacious person was tasked with making sure that the other one's okay, right? It's like if ever you've had a sibling and you go out, and your parents say, your guardians are like, take care of each other, right? Like, you both better come home in one piece. So it's like they've been tasked with making sure that the other person is okay. It seems like the take your ball and go home person, they're just in this like dark, heavy, hard energy, and the other person has this like playful, light energy. And I feel like but it feels like they project the opposite, right? So like this playful energy, they might dress in a way that would put people off, right? Or some people may find like abrasive somehow. And then the other person seems very conventional, right? Like they're somebody that would walk into a grocery store and they would just, nobody would really notice. Whereas the other person, it's like people would kind of stare at them. And I feel like they like that. They like pushing the boundaries. And not in a, they're trying to, actively hurt anybody, but more, they seem to like representing this like subset or this cultural, it's the opposite of a norm, called this like very like cultural diversion. And I feel like they enjoy, it's like, let's say, for example, they actually have like a super fun, bubbly personality, but maybe they dress like a goth or something, right? And so people have these preconceived notions that they should be, morose and kind of drab and actually they're super friendly and really nice, right? So it's like they enjoy representing this juxtaposition of energies. I feel like they get a lot of like, it's almost like they seem to have the same energy that you do. Like they're checking out at the cashier and they're being friendly and people are surprised that they say hi back and they, that they interact. And I feel like they're kind of giggling to themselves because they know that that's made people uncomfortable, but not in a way that would like they're trying to hurt other people, same as you, right? Like they're just trying to like push the boundary and get people to think about things in a different way. And that seems to be, it's kind of like a feather in their cap when they get to do that. It feels like there's some soul tie here between the two of you. I'm kind of getting this like two ships passing in the night vibe though. Hang on, I'm just going to make sure the deck is upright. It is. Can we get, Knight of Pentacles was at the bottom. Can we get a card on the, so we have the Ace of Wands. So here's the thing. From what I'm seeing, this person that also carries a lot of that audacious energy, they feel the same soul tie. If there was any doubt in your mind that it's one-sided, it's not. But they seem to have made up their mind a long time ago that they're going to kind of like follow through with making sure that this person is okay, right? That they both make it home in one piece. And so I kind of feel like they're putting like a mark, if that makes it. This is going to sound really strange. But it's like they're making a mental note. They're putting a mark on the timeline of their life that they want to circle back around to you. But they have to go do this first. And it's not like, oh, I have to go do this. Oh, I don't want to do this. They seem to be doing it. This person's energy is really gorgeous. They seem to be doing it with this like joyful, loving, skipping down the road sort of heart, right? And I feel like that they could be like skipping down the street, walking next to this person that's in this heavy, dark, hard energy. And even though that other person doesn't quite respond to this happy person's energy, they, at least externally, they are uplifted by them. And it does change how this other person approaches problems and things. I feel like if this other person wasn't there, the person in this dark heart energy, I feel like they would turn real bad real quick. Almost like, they would end up being the kind of person that you hear about in the newspaper. Maybe they don't write newspapers that often anymore, but people don't read them that often anymore. But it's like this person would end up in the news one day if this other person wasn't there to kind of balance their energy out. And I feel like the longer that they're together, the more it's like this person who's, seems to be happy and joyful regardless. It's like their energy is infectious because people can't get inside them, right? Like people can't get in them and dampen that unless something happens to somebody that they care about. It's like all the BS of the world coming at them can't get in, can't get their hooks in. And it's like, and even if the hook got in, I feel like this is the type of person that they would pull it out themselves and be like, no, I don't think so. Right? And off they go. And I feel like this kind of morose energy, they need that right now. And I feel like this happy one is more than happy to provide it. They feel like it's part of, it's almost like their lot in life. And not that, you know, that's all they'll ever do, but it feels like this energy of they see it as something that they'll feel fulfilled when they get to the end of this part of their path with this person, and they know that they've got this other person on the right track. So I think I'll leave it there, Aquarius. I hope that made sense. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.